Interesting old felt here. We're going to talk about that later on in the program. But for right now, I want to it's not often that you get a piece of history, right? This table layout, this felt that I got here today, I won't use it every day. I'm going to actually wrap it up really nice now. It's from the Desert Inn, and it's legit like 50 years old. That way. You saw my new table layout there. It's not really a new table layout, it's an old ass table layout. It comes from the Desert Inn. So it's not often that you get a piece of history, right? This table layout, this felt that I got here today, I won't use it every day. I'm going to actually wrap it up really nice now. It's from the Desert Inn, and it's legit like 50 years old. That layout is faded. It's got some holes in it. It's like in parts of it, the paint's coming off, or what do you call it? The printing is coming off. So it's seen its day for sure. But it came from the Desert Inn in Vegas, which, as you know, no longer exists, and it's old. And you don't know who played on a felt like this. When I look at things like this, and like I look at the dice that I get, like the used dice, I always tell you the used dice have money on them. This felt's got money on it too. Like people have played and lost money on this felt, and you can bet that the last time this felt was used in a live casino, the last number rolled was a 7, and the casino took people's money off this felt for the last time, which I always think is like, it's sad, but it's also historically kind of cool to think about that. So our job here, like we did today, is to kind of reverse some of the mojo. Like we took this old felt that its last act as a working felt was to take money, and we took money off it today. So I think that's kind of a nice little thing. So anyway, there's the Desert Inn felt. I thought you would enjoy seeing that today. Again, I can't really roll out on it because I can't stretch it. If I stretch it, I'll tear it. It's that fragile. So I can't really mount it. So we'll go back to my regular layout tomorrow, but today we'll use this thing all day. I think it's kind of cool to see that. And so there's one bit of history. I'll show you another bit of history in a second. I'm going to switch screens here for a second. Let me get all right, here we go into my garage. Now I'm going to narrate this because I had no volume, no audio the day that I shot this. So here is my new table. This is a 12-foot table that's sourced from the Desert Inn in Las Vegas. It was out there from, I think, the 80s. A casino here in Washington bought it recently, the Lucky Eagle. You'll see here in a minute, I'm going to show you the actual table number from the pit that it was in. It's a 12-foot heavy-ass real casino table from the Desert Inn. It's got lots of history, right? Lots of money won and lost on this thing. And it's an honor to own it, frankly. The guy that I bought it from did a really good job. I'm going to show you here in a minute the work that he did to refurbish this thing. It was kind of an older, worn down casino used walnut kind of a table, and he painted the whole thing black. You'll see the rails here in a second. He farmed out, of course, getting brand new padding put in. The rails are all hand stained. This entire table was completely refurbished. And look at the felt. The felt even looks like my current practice table felt, right? I bought that from Casino Supply. So did this guy. So we had the same felt base. It looks and feels exactly like my regular practice table, which is great. I'll probably keep it this way for a while. I may want to add hops at some point, but for now, it's perfect. It's 12 feet long. It's legit. It's an 1.5 inch thick board. As far as the surface goes, 1.5 inch thick wood. I think it weighs a ton. The surface on top of the board, they actually mounted hard plastic on top. It's almost like a cutting board, or even thicker than that plastic. So the dice, they really crack when they hit it. And you'll see in a minute, I can get them to stop. But if they hit sideways at all, the bounce on this thing is worse than what you would picture a hard surface being. It's pretty tough to control. So I'm gonna take a few shots here. You'll see in a minute, just to kind of give you a sense of how the dice react to it. But really, this is the first couple of live shots I've ever taken on the table. So you're the first ones to see this thing in action, and we'll get it going here. I'll just take a few shots, and then we'll boogie back upstairs, and we'll talk to you about more of the history of the table and kind of the system behind what I'm going to use it for. And here's my first roll. It's a what is it? A 639, a 639. So that's good. Let me start out. We christened the table officially with a non-7, which not typical for me, but as you know, Big Red's about to come, and I think it's only right and proper that we end this segment on this next throw here. So I'm going to get one more shot in, and then we're going to transition back up to the regular studio and talk more about this table and the history behind what we're doing and where we're about to head. I'm not set up to record out in the garage yet. I put a camera out there just to get one shot on the end. I got to spend a day and probably some more money on cameras and getting things set up so I can record out there. But that's where I'm going to be doing my live tossing at night when I work on my throws. I'll work in the garage on live tossing out there. I'll work out there when I do my dealing practice because I'm going to be a dealer. That's a good place to work dealing because the table's right. It's actually the right size table. So in here, we'll still do our show from this room in here every day. Obviously, this is perfectly set up as a studio to record from. So that's it. I want to give a huge shout out. I'm not sure if he's in chat today, but Ian Olson, who's in here a lot with us in chat. I don't know if he's here or not. I don't see anything from him, but he went down with me. Actually, I helped pick this up. So this, we drove 2 hours at 7 o'clock in the morning. I rented a big truck. We drove down, got it, and then drove back up. And so the guy who sold it to me and his friend and Ian and I brought this table from their upstairs down this set of stairs and around the corner and out to the thing. I'm 53 years old. I was useless as Tiss on a bull trying to help them get this thing downstairs. It was ridiculous. But it was great. They helped us out a lot. We got it loaded up, got it installed in the garage. I've got to put the screws in the bottom still. It's still not, the top still needs to be screwed in, but it's there and it's cool. And talking about history, that table, like I said, that table was in the Desert Inn where this felt came from for who knows how many years. That thing is solid wood. That thing is freaking solid. It weighs, Ian, tell him how much that damn thing weighs. I think it weighs a freaking ton. And it is legit casino used equipment. And again, a table like that, the felt aside, that table has millions of dollars played on it over the years that it was in the Desert Inn. You think about that, right? Who knows, right? Who famous from that played at the Desert Inn or that was an act at the Desert Inn or whatever played on that table? You just don't know. So to me, I get out there and it's like you get this really cool sense of history when you've got a table that you know is probably 30 or 40 years old that's got miles and money on it. So I think that is freaking cool. So the felt aside, the table is, like I said, it's old. Stoked to have a table now. So it's gonna change some of the way that I practice and play and that kind of thing. So it's gonna be super cool. And I thought that you guys would be interested in seeing what I did there. So I see a question from Mid-Mo. Am I concerned about the table being in the garage? Little bit. I'm going to get a humidifier for it for sure. Our garage is finished. So it's got, we have drywall with insulation all the way around. It's just the door. So I'll probably crack the door, put a humidifier in there and keep it good. It's very, very cool. Yeah, Ian says it's an amazing table. I'm going to clean my garage out. And if anybody wants a couch, let me know. I'm going to clean the garage out and make it more room. Right now, I just got stuff everywhere, right? But we will get to the Friday night practice kind of thing. I think it's going to be super fun once I figure out the filming of it. So I'm stoked about this table. Obviously, I wanted a real table, but I'm really, really stoked that that it's a like Eric made it. It's a haunted table, right? It's like it's got history on it. I think that's freaking cool. So anyway, that's my big announcement today. All the other stuff aside, we have a real table here at the house, and I'm super stoked about that.